Hey everybody, BB Magic here today. Today I'm going to play Israeli Independence. This is one of the States of Siege games by Victory Point Games. The States of Siege has to do with solo play. This game is actually quite a bit of fun. I was leery when I first picked up a solo war game. I mean, typically it's hard to find a partner, so I do most of the war games solo, but this one was designed solo and it plays in like 10 or 15 minutes. If you do well. If you do poorly, it plays in like 5 minutes. But you know what? Because of that, it's not uncommon that I will sit down and play like 5 or 6 games of this because it's so quick to set up, and it's actually a lot of fun. The basic way that it works is you are here in West Jerusalem. You're trying to keep the invading armies out. There's Egypt, Jordan, Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. And every turn you will turn over a card and it will tell you which of those opponents will move ahead on their respective tracks. It will also tell you how many offensive actions that the Israeli forces are allowed to try and push them back on their track. Now the game ends as soon as someone goes from their number 1 box and advances into Jerusalem. The game will end. At which point you there's a scoring method depending on how many cards you have left in your draw pile. So let's just play through a game and we'll kind of discuss how it works and why this is fun. So for the first turn, Lebanese Christians oppose the war. So for the Arab League, Iraq advances to square number 3. And now Israel has 2 offensive, and they get a +1 die roll modification versus Lebanon. And if Lebanon's army ends this turn in its box number 4, it's removed from play. So this is a great card for my first turn. So I have 2 offenses. I can't attack anybody right now but Iraq, so I'm going to use both of those to attack them. Now they have a strength of 3, so in order to best them, I need to actually roll higher than a 3. So I need to get a 4, 5, or 6, at which point I will be able to push them back to 4. If I'm not able to, then they'll just stay right there. Nothing else happens. So let's go ahead, and I got a 5. So my first attack, I push them back. My second attack is wasted because I have no further attacks. So we'll turn over another card. Oh, and Lebanon is removed from the game because of the armistice. So this one, Iraq tires. Syria and Jordan advance. Now Jordan is they're the challenging one. They have the strength of 4. They're a little bit more difficult. I have 2 offenses with a +1 die roll modification versus Iraq, and of course Iraq is on the square number 4. But again, I am very fortunate because this is another armistice card. If Iraq's army ends its turn right here, which they will, it will be removed from play. So let's take our 2 attacks. We'll do 1 against Syria, and I got a 4, so that pushes them back. Then 1 against Jordan. I need a 5 or a 6, and I got a 5. Things are looking up. Let's go ahead and remove Iraq from play and do the next card. Israelis shoot down British warplanes. Egypt, Syria, and Jordan advance. So it would just happen to be everybody I have left. And this time I'm only allowed 1 offensive. I'm going to go ahead and go for, let's do Egypt. And I got a 4, so we'll push Egypt back. State of Israel established. Egypt, Syria, Iraq, and Jordan advance. So Egypt, Syria, Iraq's gone, and Jordan advance. I get 3 offenses and +1 die roll on all offenses. So this is going to be advantageous for me because they're actually creeping up here. Syria and Jordan I got to do something about. So let's do 1 against Jordan. So I got a 4, so normally that would be no effect, but because I get a +1, I'm able to push them back. We'll do the same on Syria. I got a 5. And let's just, because I have the +1, let's try Jordan again. And I got a 1, so no effect there. Oh, Egypt and Iraq advance. Well, Iraq's gone, so Egypt will advance. I get 2 offenses and +1 versus Syria. I've got to do something about Egypt, so let's do Egypt first. I got a 3, which no effect. Let's try Egypt again. I got a 1, so not good for me. Lebanon and Jordan advance. Lebanon is gone, but Jordan is there. I have 2 offenses. I get +2 versus Egypt, and if Egypt ends its turn in box 4, they're gone. So I'm going to hedge my bets. Jordan is the toughest opponent, but if I can push Egypt to 4, I can get rid of him. So let's do my first offensive against Egypt. I got a 4 and I get a +2, so that moves them back. And my second offensive, I got a 1, +2 is 3. Oh, it's not enough. So they're not removed from play. And now Syria and Iraq advanced. Syria will advance. I have 2 offenses. I get +1 versus Jordan. Let's go for Jordan first. I got a 5, +1 pushes them back. Let's go for Syria. I got a 6, so we'll push them back. So actually I'm sitting pretty good right here. All Arab armies on circular spaces retreat 1 space. Now as you can see, there's a circular space here, 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 and here, and here. Those represent, I believe it's the West Bank. It is, and so that's going to cause Jordan to retreat 1 space, so that's helpful. I get 1 offensive. Let's do it against Egypt. I got a 3, which is not enough to push them back. Ooh, the Galilee Air Squadron takes flight. Lebanon and Jordan advance. Well, Lebanon's gone, but Jordan can move up. I have 3 offensive, +1 versus Lebanon and Syria. We'll do one of those against Syria with the +1. Well, I rolled a 1, that doesn't help. We'll do another one against Syria. I rolled another 1. Gosh, let's do another 1 and a 6, of course. Push them back. Egypt and Jordan advance. Okay, Jordan is making me nervous here. I'm going to try for Jordan. I got a 1. Nothing happened. Egypt advances, and I have 1 offensive. I got to get Egypt. I need a 4, 5, or 6, and I got a 3. The game could end on this next card. All Arab armies on circular spaces advance. Not good. I got to push these 2 back. We'll do Egypt first. A 1. We'll do Jordan. A 4, which does nothing because they are a strength of 4. This might be it. Yes, this is it. So Egypt and Lebanon advance. So Egypt moves into West Jerusalem. The game ends. So we need to determine exactly how badly I was defeated. And so we do this by counting what's left in the draw pile. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a substantial defeat. If I had 7 to 9 cards, it would be a substantial defeat. 10 or more is a decisive defeat. So that actually wasn't very good. But you know what? That took, what, like 5 or 6 minutes? So I think we could probably play that again. This game it's a lot of fun. It's actually a little bit tense. There is some strategy involved. There's a significant amount of luck involved with the card draw and the die roll. But this is a lot of fun. This is something you can set up in a minute and be playing, and you know, you've got 20 minutes to kill. You can get in 3 or 4 or 5 games of this easily. I would recommend this game for just a casual war gamer. I've got a 10-year-old son that this is the next one I'm gonna work with him on, and I think this is something he'll enjoy. They have a couple other games in this series. One that I own and I'm just about to set up and play next is Blood Red Banner, the Alamo. It plays identically to this, but it's a little bit more advanced. You have a few more options on the offensive. And anyway, we'll try that one out next. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Hey guys, you know what? I had so much fun playing that game of Israeli independence just now. Rather than set up the new game, I decided I'm going to play this one more time. So let's see if I can have a little bit better luck here. Now, I should mention, I've probably played this game 20 times, and I've actually only achieved victory for the Israelis 1 time. And it was actually the very first time I played. And I thought it was an anomaly, but I checked and I was doing the rules correctly. It just happened that was the 1 time I actually got a victory. So don't be daunted if you get a defeat. It's actually trying to make the defeat a little bit less and less each time. In fact, if you have 0 to 3 cards left in the deck at the end of the game, that's a stalemate, which, hey, that would be a victory in my books. So let's go ahead and try this again. So the first card will be Lebanon and Jordan advance. I get 3 offensives, +1 versus Lebanon and Syria. Well, let's take the +1 versus Lebanon. Take it. I have 2 more offenses. We'll do both against Jordan. 2 and a 5. 5 pushes them back. Iraq advances. I have 2 attacks plus 1 versus Lebanon, and if Lebanon stays there, which they will, they'll be removed from play. So that's great. I'll take my 2 against Iraq. First one misses, second one is a success, and Lebanon is removed from play. Off to a good start. And hey, this is not so far off. I promise you I shuffled these cards. Syria and Jordan advance. And then if Iraq stays here, which they will, they'll be removed from play. And I have 2 offenses. Let's do one against Syria, which does not succeed. One against Jordan, which does succeed. And then Iraq is removed from play. Egypt, Syria, and Jordan advance. I have 1 offensive. I've got to take it against Syria. I got a 5. All Arab armies on the circular spaces retreat 1 space. There's just 1 of those. I have 1 offensive. I'm going to take it against Egypt. And I got it. Jordan advances. 2 offenses, but no attacks versus circular spaces. So I cannot attack Jordan, but I can attack Syria, which I got a 4. And that's my only option because I cannot attack Jordan. So the other offensive capability is wasted. Egypt advances, no offenses. So that it's kind of a quick turn there. Ooh. Advance every slowest Arab army by 1 space. So the slowest Arab army is Syria, so just Syria advances. I have 2 offenses and plus 1 on all of them. Let's use that to try and get Jordan, which I got him. And we'll use 1 against Egypt, which the plus 1 makes a 4, and that succeeds. Syria advances. 3 offenses. They've got to all be against Syria since everybody else is pushed out of the box. So against Syria I get a 3, and I get a 1, and I get a 4. And I drop the dice right off the table. So that could have gone better, but that's still okay for what we got. We're able to push Syria back 1 square. So let's see what we've got here. And of course Syria will advance. 2 offenses and all attacks must be versus Jordan. Well, I can't attack Jordan. They're in box number 4. So a no-go there. Egypt and Jordan advance. 2 offenses plus 1 versus Lebanon or Syria. Let's take 1 against Syria with the plus 1. I got a 5. Let's take another one against Syria. I got a 2, plus 1's 3, which is not enough. Advance every slowest Arab army by 1 space. Okay, this stinks because they're all at the same spot, so all 3 of these move up. I have 3 offenses, but minus 1 to all attacks this turn. So that means I've got to roll like a 6 to get Jordan. So let's go for Syria and Egypt. So Syria, I got them. Egypt, I got a 2. Nope. Egypt again, I got a 5. That pushes them back. I got to do something about Jordan. Egypt and Syria advance. 2 offenses plus 1 versus all of them. Let's get Jordan. I got a 6. And then let's do Egypt. I got a 6. All Arab armies retreat 1 space. This is good. And I have 3 offenses, and they all have to be against Syria because it's the only one I can attack. And I get a 6 on the first one. So I'm in pretty good shape right here. Egypt and Lebanon advance. Lebanon's out of the war. I have a 1 offensive plus 1 versus anybody on a circle, which is nobody, and we can only attack Egypt. And I got a 3, which is no good. Egypt and Jordan advance. 1 offensive, we'll take Egypt. I got a 3, which is no good. Oh, Egypt. I have 1 offensive, it's got to be against Egypt. And I got a 1. All Arab armies on circles advance, which is just Jordan. I have 2 offenses. I got to get Egypt out of there. A 1 and a 1. Oh boy. This might be the end of the war right here. Yes, it is. So Egypt, Syria, Iraq, and Jordan advance. And as soon as Egypt moves in, that's the end of the game. So we were defeated, but there are only 3 cards. That's a stalemate. So as we said, I lost the game, but a stalemate, I'll take it. This is actually one of the better games that I've had. Had I been able to push Egypt back 2 more squares, I likely would have had success in this game. So as you can see, it's different every time you play. Be prepared to lose, but there are opportunities to improve your losses. So anyway, thanks for watching again, and we'll see you again soon.